Hi! Hello everyone. I forgot to bring my computer down, so I don't have a connection with the chat. I can't do anything. So let me do this live. We're family anyway, so I can do this without a problem, right? Ah, gosh. Life is hard since the Stargate has been opened. We are getting a lot of issues all the time. All right, here we go. All right. How are you guys? See? Nothing's ever easy. I'm just out of a meeting. So, good morning. Hello, Marco. All right, so, Stargate. I'll come to Stargate later. This is an interesting week for us. I have been just in a meeting of a 2.5 hours meeting with our pro software team where we discussed a lot of interesting ideas and prospects for the year. That's what we call a strategic meeting. That sounds very important and cool, but we're just discussing stuff that's pretty, just interesting and just interesting to cover all these subjects. Whilst I was in the call, Marco and the producers and operations team were releasing Combat Mission Final Blitzkrieg, which I guess is out for everyone. Hey, ciao, Combat Mission Final Blitzkrieg. The final standalone game of the Combat Mission series that we're bringing over to our website and to Steam. This has been the first one also with a never seen before DLC. The DLC is called Downfall, and you'll find it alongside the game. You will see that the game is out with a solid 30% discount and a bundle to buy it alongside the DLC. So we're super excited about it. I think that coming to the end of the Combat Mission series, there's a lot of stuff happening in the Combat Mission world, but I guess that coming to the end of this process of releasing all the Combat Mission games, last week we've run a very successful sale on the Combat Mission series on Steam, testifying the interest towards this series. So I hope that you guys pick up on Final Blitzkrieg and have some fun. We have a video for Final Blitzkrieg, right? So let's run the video, and I'll be back after that.
Combat Mission Final Blitzkrieg is a turn-based simulation of tactical warfare where turns are resolved simultaneously. Set in the closing moments of World War II, it follows the Western Allies through the battles along Germany's border and into the heart of the Reich itself, with a focus on the American sector of the Battle of the Bulge. Final Blitzkrieg features 2 expansive campaigns offering very different experiences. One focuses on American forces pushing into Aachen, the first major German city to fall into Allied hands. The other portrays the famous drive of Kampfgruppe Peiper deep into the American lines. The game boasts over 100 types of vehicles, dozens of small arms, heavy weapons, and various equipment, all painstakingly researched and highly detailed. It also includes a training camp, 25 standalone scenarios, and multitudes of quick battle maps. Soft factors such as morale, experience, and leadership, alongside systems portraying fog of war, spotting, line of sight, command and control, and weather conditions all play a fundamental role in giving Final Blitzkrieg an unprecedented depth. The modeling system allows for everything from dry, sunny days to muddy, stormy nights, dynamically affecting visibility and mobility. The game can also be played in full real time for a completely different experience. March into history with Final Blitzkrieg. Epic battles on the Western Front await you.
Nice. I think what I like about Combat Mission, I was having a chat yesterday evening with Stephen Gremont, who's the founder of Battlefront, and I find it fascinating that they're putting so much effort and passion into this project after all this time. You know, this series is I think 20 years plus old, and still, you know, these games are the most accurate tactical games you can find around, and you know, so much so that this has been used by a lot of military professionals to train, so really, if you're looking at, you know, for something that's, you know, as close as possible to reality, that's Combat Mission, and we're looking at the future of Combat Mission as well. So feel free to not only buy the games, of course, but, you know, contribute to the future of the series by leaving your remarks, your suggestions, and making sure that you are an active part of the community on you know, the future steps in the series. Unannounced tea time, but I figured Marco couldn't stay away. Unannounced tea time. It's Thursday. Beam Slime, what are you saying? The other thing is, this is very small, so I'll move my tea here and move the chat here. Am I glowing green? Yes, because we have new neon bars on the side. Because Michele always tries to find ways to make us spend money. So every week he comes with hey, we should buy a new microphone. Hey, we should buy a new lighting system or whatever. So the latest is that he wants to put some wheels on a big demo station we've got there on the back. So I'm always spending money. Anyway, he's good, so we have to stick with that. The Combat Mission series, as I said, is also you know, this week's release. But this week we have had another release, which is Stargate. I'm going to come to that. Don't show that. Not yet. Later, because I want you guys to involve you guys in something. It's a week. It's actually a time full of announcements. I was looking at the February. End of January and February announcements list. There's a load of stuff happening, and one of the things that we're trying to strike a balance about is there's lots of DLCs releasing, there's lots of new games in development, making sure that we sort of balance, you know, we strike a balance in announcing things in a proper way. So make sure that you follow all our streams, and all the time you'll see new announcements, new things happening. There's one in the near future which is about the future of Panzer Corps, for instance, a tea time where I'll have David join us to talk about the future of Panzer Corps. There's more about the future of Warhammer Battle Sector. So it's time to stay with us and make sure that you pay a lot of attention. Although I know that some of you will be disappointed, there's no Field of Glory Napoleonic for the moment. Any Panzer Corps 2 DLC thing you could leak? That's what I'm saying. I could leak that there will be a new Panzer Corps content, as in DLC releasing as early as March-ish. So, Modern Naval Warfare. Modern Naval Warfare is progressing well. The guys at Maslas Bros have substantially increased the size of the team to make sure that the game is the pace of development increases as well. We're looking at going beta somewhere between end of Q2, beginning of Q3. That's kind of the broad idea. So I just want to keep it as generic as possible, because this is the first game of this type that we release, and also the Maslas are, you know, testing systems all the time, and every system they test has to be like 100% compliant with reality. So it's not an easy one to develop, to be honest. It's not only about the gameplay, it's all about, realism and making sure that everything is, well researched and so on. So there's a lot of components there that are not specifically unrelated to, hey, let's make a fun game or a fun war game. Wave those hands harder. Thank you, Shards. The lectures on the physics that I get from Dimitris Maslas. Yes, and they like to share that they studied the subject pretty accurately as well. We could actually run a special edition of our streams. We have Dimitris talk about physics for a couple of hours. That could be great. Why not? So there's 4 announcements. I want to also to read this. Reading this is like today. I was always meetings, and I went to Enzo's and I said, Enzo, print the schedule for tea time for me, and I'll make something out of it. I don't know what I'm saying, and I've been talking all day already. So, Combat Mission Cold War needs a German DLC. Who knows? Maybe some of that will happen in the future. That's you can never know. I see someone has just redeemed a game. We are going to, and just reinforce this, at the end of this month, the Slate store will be reset. So make sure that you redeem your games during this next couple of weeks, or actually a week and a half. 1 week. Is it the end of the month already? The only positive of that is that the week after is the beginning of the Festival di Sanremo. So make sure you redeem your games. Also, it's not only going to be reset, we're resetting the rules as well with some pretty cool new features within the Slate store. We're looking at making a lot more out of the store, not only the store itself, but collecting slits and making sure that you guys get what you deserve for watching us regularly and staying with us, and also to avoid someone taking full advantage of it without really watching things. We're looking at different new rule sets and such, and it's going to be interesting. We'll share it with you as soon as probably the end of next week when the new system starts. Probably in the next tea time, we'll give you a full rundown of how things are happening. Right? Next tea time. See, Enzo is sleeping. No. Enzo is sleeping. So. Armored Brigade 2. We have a new product page up on Steam. Finally, we managed to publish. Gosh, I love this key art. I just love it. It looks great. Anyway, yes, the new product page is out, so you can have all the information there, and there's also the development logs there as well. We were present at the Wargaming show in Finland last week. A number of people have managed to sort of play the game, for first. It's been really successful, I have to say. The feedback we got was very, very good. Juha and Juha was there to show the game, so he'll probably let us know a lot more details about what feedback he got, but in general, very positive. We're approaching the beta, not close yet, but getting there. And of course, Armor Brigade 2 releases this year, so we'll be keeping a close eye on it. They already pasted the Dev Diaries. Posted, of course, yeah. Looking good. I'm very happy about the game so far. Developing a follow-up on a game that, like Armor Brigade, wasn't easy, and it's not easy. But the guys have managing to do a great job at improving, but keeping the core ethos of the game. So I'm very happy about how things are developing now. Also, on more like updates on games and such. There's a new dev diary for ICBM, ICBM Escalation. I'm still, stunned by the fact that ICBM is solid on the top 5 or top 10 of the most best-selling games every single day. It's for us, of course, on our catalog. There's a lot of new players playing the game, and Escalation is going to be an interesting addition to the series. In a way, it's an evolution. In a way, it's also something completely different. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think about it. Check out the dev diary. There's, I think, already 5 out there. So you can have a lot of details about these games, and make sure that you again give us feedback. Make sure that you also participate in the betas. As always, slitherine.com/beta, and you can subscribe to any of the beta we have actively running. CMO is the better ICBM in every way. Only a little more button clicking than ICBM, and a little more in depth. But I guess you're right. Yeah. Alrighty. More dev diaries. We have a new dev diary number 6. This is Sarah being very generous with dev diaries. For Master of Magic: Scourge of the Seas. That's the new DLC for Master of Magic. The pirating and sea and naval one. There will be in this dev diary. You have 3 new heroes introduced, and also there will be a preview event on Twitch very soon. Richard York will be playing the game on this channel on January 26th, which is apparently tomorrow. I didn't know we were that far into January, to be honest. At 8 p.m. So I'm going to say again during the wrap up of the stream schedule, but that's his plan for Master of Magic. One thing I wanted to note: there's a couple of lines here I'm going to read because I'm just glancing at them right now. There's going to be a free update alongside the DLC, which will include general updates and various improvements to the diplomacy and AI. So make sure that you download that as well when you buy the Scourge of the Seas, or if you don't want to buy the Scourge of the Seas DLC, just download the update and play the game again. More French tanks, of course. More French tanks. Was not that Yog Dog French tanks? I don't remember. Yeah. It was Yog Dog, right? Yeah. Grazie, Enzo. You are my hero. De nada. Terminator releasing in February. Can we say the release date on this one? Was it public? No. It's releasing in February. And you can wishlist the game, of course. This is now the second most wishlisted game we have after Broken Arrow. So make sure that you wishlist the game. I need to use my hands more. But Terminator Dark Fate Defiance is approaching release. The latest build we sent out for marketing purposes has been very well received. You remember this was a game that was part of the Steam Next Fest demo, where we showcased. Huh? And we had 3 missions in that. You can see some people, some influencers now, or content creators or Twitch streamers, broadcasting mission 4-2 as well. So that's when really the game starts to be like properly going into action, and the story develops pretty further. So that's going to be interesting. I had a quick glance of, actually more than a quick glance, on the trailer, which looks very, very good. So brace yourselves. This is going to be in February. Can't say that. February. It's tomorrow. Come on. I love it when you guys talk about French tanks. It's like it's more of a meme. We should introduce a rule that if you know stuff about French tanks, you get extra slits, stuff like that, because everyone seems to be very into the subject. So tell me something cool about French tanks. Something cool, something interesting. French tanks in Cold War. Could be an interesting subject. They shoot croissant. Slitherine going to start selling at French tank plushie. That's not a bad idea. We were actually discussing plushies like literally 3 hours ago upstairs. And should we do a Slitherine stress ball or stuff like that? And so interesting that you mentioned the French tank plushies. I love it. French tanks, 8 gears, 1 forward, 7 reverse. I thought it was Italian tanks. Maybe Italian tanks only 8 reverse. I don't know. When Broken Arrow? Broken Arrow. Raptor. Thanks for asking. You see, Michele has a key art for everything. You can ask anything, even like Prince of Persia or whatever. He has it. He's like pushing it through. Broken Arrow, we have news. Yes, we have announced that Broken Arrow will have a new public beta that will start on January 31st and will last for 16 days. Now, why, how, why do we make this choice and so on? Well, the key thing is we want to test the multiplayer servers. So it's going to be open for everyone. No restrictions. You don't have to apply for it. We will also make sure that, okay, the goal here is to test the servers and make sure that we stress test them. So there's a nice countdown on the Steam page. You can see, and the goal here is that you guys have to give us make us a big favor. So you all go on the server at the same time, download the game, and crash the thing. We want to stress test it and make sure that we know what the limits are in terms of servers, capacity, and all that kind of stuff. So please break it. Please make sure that you do all you can to be the maximum amount of people at the same time. And we'll love you for that. We'll love you for breaking it. We'll take all the insults because we weren't very good at planning that we were going to have whatever, 100,000 people or whatever. But that's going to make us a big service, because when we launch the game, we want the game to be working 100% for everyone. And see too many people, failing because of multiplayer wasn't working. So we want to make sure that this works well. So Marco will personally throw more money at the servers if you break it. That's not far from the truth, to be honest. But not personally. I use the money to buy fruits and vegetables for the team here to keep them healthy. So while the open beta is out, there will be a multiplayer contest. The multiplayer contest we will keep track of most efficient players and a number of other stats, and we'll have winners. Will get to sort of receive a big prize, which is basically to actively participate in a roundtable with the developers. They will get the chance to ask any question they want to the development team. The most frequently asked question will be when the game will be released, and the most frequently answer will be, we don't really know, but we're doing our best to speed things up and making sure that the game releases as soon as possible. We're going to have an exciting time with Broken Arrow, and I really hope that you guys enjoy the demo from the end of January. Yes, there will be only Blitzwar. There will only be 5v5 mode in the game. Here you have the countdown. There will only be that mode for the moment to test. Don't worry about that. You know, the matchmaking is done automatically by the game, but you can, you know, there'll be that. That will be also, it's used to, you know, have more people playing the game and so on. So at the same time, again, for the purpose of testing how things are going. Are we back to French tanks? Crumble like French toast. Yes? We can say the release date for Terminator, but I won't say it. Go find it. Okay? Hard work. There's sales happening right now. There's a sale, there's a Fantasy General sale happening on Steam. 75% off the base game and 50% off the DLCs. Go grab it. It's been doing quite well so far. And there's an open WeGo World War II sale on Matrix. Again, opportunity to get this series from Brian Kelly. 50% off on the Matrix website. Will playing with friends in Broken Arrow be available? Yes, you can. Yeah, you can absolutely play with friends. But I suggest much better to play with people you don't like at all. On Headquarters, I wanted to spend a few words about Headquarters. Headquarters World War II, you know, kind of the game that we have releasing this year, in this first part of the year, that's sort of closer to our roots and what Slitherine has been doing, you know, since the very start. So, war game, tactical, grid-based, a lot of what ticks boxes in the Slytherine's catalog, but with graphics that are, you know, just mind-blowing. It's just a game that looks gorgeous. That's why we do these screenshots from very, 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 very close. You're actually never going to play the game like this, but you will want to zoom in and look at the sunflower fields just because they look gorgeous. The squares, that's squares, yeah, that's tiles, squares. The game is on that. It's and the scale is almost like, I don't know if you're familiar with the tabletop, but it's almost like playing Flames of War, to be honest. That's the kind of type of scale that we're targeting. Headquarters, as I was saying, one of the most anticipated games from the strategy playing community and wargame community. It's going to have a demo out on Steam Next Fest from February 5th to February 12th. There will be, in the demo, we have the tutorial mission and the first battle of the German campaign. So quite a lot of content. You know, statistically, people download the demos and play them in average, around half an hour on the Steam Next Fest, because there's so much happening at Steam Next Fest. There's well above a half an hour gameplay in our demo, so you'll have time to sort of dig into what the game has to offer. And yeah, and you know, again, give us feedback. Most of the times we do these Next Fest demos. Look at this. It's like a postcard. We do these demos because we want feedback. We want feedback from players. We've done it for Starship Troopers. We've done it for Terminator. And every time we get the feedback, we really, really sit down and look at the feedback and try and understand what's been said. And it's not an easy job, guys. It's really, sometimes it's almost punishing. You know some of the limits of the game, but sometimes you kind of see something happen, something come from left field and you weren't expecting, and you have to go back and work on it. Sometimes demos delay the game's release just because we have to go back and redo some of the stuff, and it happened for Terminator, it happened for Starship Troopers. Hopefully for Headquarters it will be a contribution to validate most of the stuff we've got in the game, and you're going to love it. Right. Does Marco buy a lot of postcards of cemeteries? Well, Sergeant Z-Dog, we all have our passions and interests. I don't see why you should, be so picky about my preferences. Okay. Right, so Stargate. We released Stargate on Tuesday after a bumpy last 6 weeks to months. As you know, we were supposed to release the game in December. We ran into problems, breaking bugs and stuff. The game is now out. I have to say that I'm super proud of it. It's a game that truly represents Stargate, and I'm a big fan of Stargate, so I can say that for sure. We got some very good scores from the press. IGN gave the game an 8, and there's the quality is there. It's just an amazing game, I'll run a trailer and then come back and talk a bit about this game.
Hostile, 12 o'clock and 6 miles.
What is this tech they're looking for anyway?
It's some kind of weapon left by the ancients. The kind that decides who wins the war. Have Moloch's warriors been here before?
I don't like the look of this.
That was above and beyond, Colonel McCain.
Isn't the Lambda site off-world, sir?
You heard the General. Fire at will. They're attacking a target.
Are the preparations complete?
Best trailer ever. I think I was chatting now. This trailer is. We started making this trailer in July. It was ready for the anticipated release in December, the selection of scenes. There's been a lot of back and forth, and it's just a trailer that really represents Stargate. And if you want an insight on how we made it, we basically took the original SG-1 launch trailer of the TV show. We cut it into pieces, we layered our gameplay on top of it, and we sort of replicated the same structure, exactly the same structure of that trailer. So if you want to go on YouTube and look for that, it's an interesting comparison to make. The music has been created specifically for the trailer by Dan Buick and his company in Santa Monica. He's been awesome. He's making the sound for many of our games. He's also taking care of the voiceovers for this game, and so Daylight Sound creators, right? Thank you, Annie, for this. And the music mix is absolutely fantastic. Thanks for everyone who made this trailer. Thanks for anyone who left, who bought the game and left a review. I want to say that I am very annoyed by some of the reviews that have been posted on the Steam page that are basically, I would say, destroying our analytics on the product page, because of course Steam rewards a game that has a positive set of reviews from customers, and we had many customers that decided that it was a good idea to buy the game right on the reviews that they didn't like stealth games, so they're refunding. And despite us releasing a demo, despite us posting many videos about the game, so I have to say that this was not a great feedback we had from the players, and I'm very annoyed about it, because if we were in a position where basically this wouldn't count in terms of performance of the game and so on, I'd say forget about them and we're good. But this is of course not helping the game's visibility, and it's very annoying that some players decided it's a good idea to destroy some developers' 3 years long work on a game with comments that have nothing to do with the actual game or gameplay or gameplay experience. So I'm ranting because I usually don't do it. I usually, but this is not something that I usually do. But it's very annoying because there's people who worked literally 3.5 years on this game, and seeing this feedback is rather annoying and depressing sometimes. Not for me. I'm used to it. I've been doing this for quite a long time. But some people who've been working there, it's their first game, and they see this. So if some of you want to go in the forums and kick some arse, feel free. No, I'm joking. This Stargate, as you guys know, we just released the first part of episode 1. The first seven episodes, first part of season 1. The second part is going to release around springtime. We don't know exactly when. We started working on the cutscenes and on the cinematic part of the game now, and we'll keep you posted on that. So hopefully all the wishlisters, all the people who have looked at this and played the demo and are still undecided will follow us in the journey and make sure that they support the project in the future. Yeah, exactly, Sergeant Z-Dog, exactly. You read the product page before buying a game. You read what it is. Maybe look at screenshots could be helpful as well. Looking at videos on the product page could be helpful as well. And if you don't like the game, then just don't buy it. But I have to say, I left a review saying FIFA is a shitty game because I don't like football. The wonderful streaming schedule. Streaming schedule. I took so much of your time today. I'm sorry. Stargate Timekeeper's Yacht Dog playing at 6 p.m. tomorrow. After that, we have at 8 p.m. The wonderful, magical Richard York playing the premiere of Master Magic Scourge of the Sea. Gamer is playing Combat Mission Final Blitzkrieg after this. Sorry, Gamer, I took so long for this. And it's not on the list here. I'm going to fire someone now. And tomorrow at 10 p.m., a Battle Sector with XTRG. With XTRG. Monday, for Matrix Monday, we have Sergeant Z-Dog playing Flashpoint campaign, Southern Storm, of course. Hexaboo playing Rule the Waves 3 at 6:15. and XCRG again playing Strategic Command World War I Empires in Turmoil. I said Strategic Command World War I Empires in Turmoil. It's a meme. We want to make sure that Strategic Command World War I Empires in Turmoil is mentioned in every single tea time for every day of the year. No? 2D Kira has been having a great time playing SGT on her streams the last couple of days. Check it out and support. Absolutely. 2D Kiri has been amazing. She's fantastic. And we do love the way she supports our games. So absolutely, yeah, go and check it out. In Turmoil. Thank you, David, for questioning my pronunciation. I will make sure that in 2 weeks' time, when you're on for the Panzercorps thing, I have you speak in Italian and Greek and Portuguese as well. Thank you for following us, guys. Next week we'll be giving more details on the Broken Arrow multiplayer beta because it's launching during tea time. I think launching during tea time, right? Around the same time. So we'll have a maximum amount of coverage for that as well. And we look forward to having you and more announcements coming as well in next week. So go have some fun with Combat Mission, with Stargate, with any of the games that we have in the catalog, and make sure you use those slits before the end of Wednesday next week. Goodbye, and see you next week. Bye.
The attraction towards new experiences is powerful. Alienware gear isn't made to resist that pull. It's made to accelerate it, to transport you to new places where you can embrace difference and leave familiar behind, bringing you ever closer to the ultimate experience. See you on the other side.